For more than a century, people were told a simple story about machines. As tools got better, work would take less time, the work week would shrink, and people would have more hours for family, rest, and life outside work. The washing machine, the spreadsheet, the forklift, the internet, the smartphone. All of it was supposed to make daily work take less effort. But a lot of people look around now and feel the opposite. We have more tools than any generation before us, and yet the day feels more crowded and more monitored. As technology improves, many tired people conclude that the problem must be personal. Maybe you are disorganized. Maybe you need a better system. Maybe you need to wake up earlier or answer faster. That is the story many ambitious workers absorb, especially men trying to stay afloat in an economy where rent and debt keep eating more of their income. But people did not simply fail to keep up with productivity. There are really two meanings of productivity, and they are not the same. One meaning is human: less drudgery, less wasted effort, more time for family and rest. The other meaning is institutional: more output per hour, lower labor cost, tighter scheduling, and more returns to the people who own the system. Those two meanings can overlap, but they do not automatically overlap. A tool can save time in a technical sense while making life feel worse in a human sense. Many workers can feel that split even if they do not have a name for it. Email offers a clear example. It was supposed to be faster than letters, faster than office mail, faster than waiting for a meeting. It did that, but it also created a condition where communication never really stops. One message became 10, one inbox became 5 channels, and the expectation of a reply moved from sometime this week to sometime this hour. Collaboration tools followed the same pattern. They did not just make teamwork easier, they made work visible at all times. So unfinished thoughts, delayed responses, and slow progress became legible to managers, clients, and coworkers in a way they never were before. A lot of modern efficiency feels like compression rather than relief. A task that once took 3 hours now takes 1, but the 2 hours that were freed do not come back to you as autonomy. They are immediately claimed by the next task, request, meeting, or target. The saved time is not protected, it is reabsorbed. So the worker experiences every gain in speed as a rise in expectations. You can see the same pattern in staffing and software. If software lets one person handle the workload that used to require 2 people, many firms do not give that person a shorter week. They keep headcount lean and raise the quota. If AI drafts reports, summarizes calls, or writes code faster, the first institutional question often is not how to give workers breathing room. It becomes how much more can be shipped, how many fewer people can do the job, and how quickly the new baseline can become normal. A tool that feels like assistance on day 1 can become a demand by month 6. The trap works like this. Every time a system saves time, the system gets smarter about capturing that time. A technical convenience turns into added pressure on the worker. Faster logistics mean tighter delivery windows. Better scheduling software means managers can cut idle time more aggressively. Remote access means the office no longer ends at the office. The machine removes slack, and then management notices the slack is gone and asks for more. The process depends heavily on measurement. Modern work is full of dashboards, response time reports, utilization rates, engagement scores, delivery metrics, and ticket counts that turn activity into data. Once performance can be measured continuously, visible metrics start pushing aside work that matters but does not register as neatly. Deep thinking looks slow on a dashboard. Care looks inefficient. A hard problem that needs reflection can lose to a visible task that can be completed and counted by the end of the day. Workers adjust to those incentives in specific ways. People start answering messages before they have thought things through because responsiveness is visible and thought is not. They keep every channel open because silence can look like absence. They learn to perform motion instead of protecting attention. In offices, on delivery routes, in warehouses, and in freelance work, more of the day becomes legible to a system that can score it, compare it, and punish it. When every minute can be seen, every minute starts to feel owned. The strain often starts in ordinary, repeatable ways. It often arrives as low-grade anxiety, constant self-monitoring, and the sense that you are never fully done. You clear a queue, and another queue appears. You save time on one task and lose the saved time to 3 more. You become efficient without feeling effective or proud. A lot of burnout today is not just about working hard. It is about working inside systems that continuously harvest attention and convert it into output. This is why so many people feel strangely empty, even when they are productive by every visible measure. The calendar is full, the inbox is moving, the tasks are closed, and still the day feels thin. That is not laziness, and it is not a lack of gratitude. It is what happens when your effort is organized around system optimization instead of human use. The machine can confirm that you were active all day. It cannot tell you whether the day belonged to you. The financial incentives make the pattern easier to see. Digital systems are very good at scaling gains upward. A company that automates reporting, tightens scheduling, or reduces headcount with better software can convert those gains into margins, stock performance, and executive bonuses. Platforms do something similar by turning millions of small acts of labor and attention into data and fees. Workers often do get better tools, but the larger share of the value often travels upward to owners, platforms, and shareholders. That is one reason productivity growth can coexist with stagnant wages, insecurity, and a personal life that never got easier. This is not an argument against technology. Few people want to go back to slower medicine, slower communication, or harsher physical work. The issue is not efficiency itself. The issue is who captures the benefit and what the benefit is used for. If a gain in productivity leads to shorter hours, better pay, and more control, it feels human. If the same gain leads to tighter oversight, higher quotas, and cost-cutting, it feels extractive. The reason productivity no longer feels human is not that technology stopped working. It is that the old promise was never guaranteed by the machine alone. A machine can save labor, but only social choices determine whether that saved labor turns into leisure and security, or into more growth squeezed out of the same person. The question is not how to optimize yourself for systems that can already measure everything. It is whether the gains of modern efficiency will ever be returned to the people whose lives are being optimized away.